From the Keithman Zecharia Studios in Paterson, New Jersey, Green Arrow Media proudly presents Is This Real? Tonight, Planet Nibiru. Did I do it right? Now your host, JC3.
Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic episode of Is This Real?
Is this real?
Tonight's episode, as Dad said, we were talking about Planet Nibiru.
I got it right.
You did get it right.
After 4 times, I got it right.
Hey, it's all right.
We're not finally, I mean, it's a little sad, but we are out of Halloween season now.
Happy November.
And we are in November.
No, not November, y'all.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
we don't do that here.
You guys are bugging.
Okay.
I've never stood up for that
Just
challenge.
like we do No Shave November.
I don't.
I mean, I do No Shave November. Anywho, we are here.
You don't like it when your nuts are clean? Like I don't.
What the hell are you talking about? I'm talking about my face,
God.
you jackass.
Oh.
So Planet Nibiru.
Planet Nibiru. We're talking about Planet Nibiru, Planet X, and mysterious planets, apparently.
We're in space.
We are back in space. We are back talking about our space and sea season. Back fully in the swing of season 7 now.
Yes.
Coming down to the Wired season 7. I think we have like 5 episodes left.
We
for
do. And we
season
have our
7?
100th episode coming up
100th
soon.
episode coming up very soon. I think in the next 3 episodes, or next 2 or 3 episodes is our
talking-
100th. We're at 97 right now.
And we're going to be insulting a lot of dumbass flat earthers, but that's for that.
Yes,
What-
but that's for that.
No
So
remorse, yo.
Planet Nibiru.
Hold on, you didn't introduce everyone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, right. You're right. I did not. My bad.
Your hostly duties.
My hostly duties. Across from me, as you heard, we have Big Joe. Big Joe, say hello to everybody.
Planet Nibiru.
Yay! Gold star.
You still didn't say hi.
Hi, everybody. It's Planet Nibiru.
West, Mr. West, Mr. West is in the building. Mr. West, please say hello to everybody.
Konnichiwa, konbanwa, minasan.
On Planet Nibiru.
From Planet Nibiru.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit, I fucked up. I should
Pope
whatever.
Tony is here.
I'm a the Pope.
He's here. We are talking about space and stuff like that.
This is
Dad
gonna be cool.
already
This
said
is
I'm,
going to be good.
I'm JC3.
That's right.
So, Planet Nibiru. What the hell do we have for this one?
I've heard of this. I've heard of this before. This has
Besides
to
Star Trek.
do. Nah. This got to do with like what the ancient Sumerians wrote down about like the Anunnaki and shit like that. It's like it's supposedly like a creation story or some shit.
Yeah, but wasn't this brought to life by Zecharia Sitchin?
That yes, it
Okay.
was.
All right.
1976.
Bro, I have no idea what the hell anybody's talking
Yeah,
about.
a minute ago.
Yeah. Okay. I'm about to,
You
I'm about
fucking
to-
prick.
Yo,
You son of a
I'm about to say like you questioning me like yo. I
Yeah,
have
you
no
pulled that
idea
out of the bag.
I'm
Like,
like-
I
I'm
thought
like-
he
I'm
knew.
like-
I was like,
I'm
hold on
like,
a second. I know my father likes to read a lot of science fiction. He's a plethora of books up on the shelf. I would have thought that maybe you would have read this book. It's called The 12th Planet, and it came out in 1976 by Zecharia Sitchin.
To be honest with you, I don't.
I mean, I know you have the Colossus, the Foreman Project. I know you
Yeah.
have Planet of the Apes. And
Well, see, that's stuff I grew up on. I mean, this stuff only came out, it's been brought to light in the last 20 years. And I kind of, I would never put this in the same category as the ape movies or Colossus.
Hey.
No, to me, it's a good story. Obviously the planet is there. I mean, it's
no, it's not.
Is it?
Oh, it isn't there.
No.
So you're making me fucking study this bullshit with Nibiru.
There's
And it's
reasons.
fake.
There's reasons. There's
Fuck, the
evidence.
planet names is real though.
You know they're making another one, right? It's called Kingdom.
We'll
talk
you
about
and
that.
I will argue about that. You know
We'll
that.
talk- I know. So, in 1976, Zecharia Sitchin wrote The 12th Planet. It's a book, and Wes is onto something. He's like, you didn't hit the mark, but you definitely hit the board. It's a book that Sitchin wrote using his own translation of Sumerian cuneiform, language, to identify a planet called Nibiru, which orbits the sun every 3,600 years.
Orbits. It orbits the sun.
Sorry.
This is going to be a
He
good episode.
orbits the sun.
And
So
he's
this
not even high.
No,
That's
I'm
the
not.
funny part.
so this is
I'm lit.
We might have to get lit listening to this fucking episode.
I'm getting lit just off the energy.
Oh, we
This is
encourage that. If you're out there getting stoned and you're listening to conspiracy
You
stuff,
will see
do
the
that.
planet we're talking about.
Do that. It's
you can
fun.
understand us better, Stone.
It's fun. No. So this man wrote a book. He took the Sumerian language and he translated it himself, and then he said, I've discovered something no one else has.
Yes, I'm onto something.
Really? You figured that out on your own using your own way of your own
Yes,
translation?
Yes, but of course, because I'm a genius, and I can definitely
The
interpret.
white man does it again.
I can definitely interpret ancient Sumerian hieroglyphics.
But wait.
There's more.
The plot thins. The plot thins.
Wait, it thinned or thickened?
Thins. Nancy
Okay.
Leader,
Ooh.
a self-described psychic,
Oh God.
announced that aliens had channeled her to warn her that planet Nibiru would collide with Earth in 2003.
I think we're still
And then when 2004 started, it got pushed back to 2012. That way aligned with the Mayan calendar.
Mm-hmm.
More stupid shit.
Joe, what's the name of that program that we watch sometimes, you and I? With the
That's
two
very vague.
It's got the two guys. They're skeptics. The one guy's a real skeptic. I think he's an Oriental kid.
Oh, you're talking about
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed. This started to sound like that tonight. That's exactly what it sounds.
Well,
like.
here's the shit.
Well, see, the Asian. Well, that sounds racist. By the way.
He's Asian. Don't get around it.
The one gentleman who
I
is
didn't
from
call. Never mind.
Oriental descent.
Relax.
Actually, I think
Relax.
that's more racist than calling him Asian.
Whatever. Anywho, he's the believer. The white guy, I think his name is Ryan. I think.
I forget. We actually have one of their books.
Yeah, he's a skeptic. His greatest line will always be, "What up, demons? It's your boy." That's the greatest line I've ever heard
really
somebody
is.
say. By the way,
So here's the shit, though. In 2011, there was a comet that was coming close to the Earth, and there was a
they called that Planet Nibiru.
well, it was actually called Comet Illanine, and people were actually shitting their pants like, "Oh my god, it might be true." Because remember, 2012 was back when everyone thought the fucking world was gonna end.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the day that the world was supposed to end on that Mayan calendar, it's ironic that I got into that car accident. When
No.
I had the day of, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was thinking to myself, "Holy shit, this shit is fucking probably happening."
Look,
man.
I remember that day because Dad picked me up from school because we were still in high school when that happened, and
Yeah, I was with Amy. We drop it. We were
Yeah.
we were gonna go to work. We were gonna go to work, and then boom, fucking get T-boned right on Union Ave, bro.
okay, so that day Dad picked me up from school, and I'm like, "Yo, it's raining. It's been a shitty day." And then the sun appeared, and Dad turned around and was like, "You see, that's God telling us that everything's gonna be fine." I'm like, "When the fuck did you get that religious?"
Yeah, no.
motherfucker?"
Anywho,
It was
period.
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 It was
anyway,
period.
so this
And shit.
comet was coming. This comet was
I
coming.
feel better now, man.
Coming to the Earth in 2011, and people were afraid because they thought, "Oh my God, it's an actual Nibiru. It's coming to get us." Any dickhead jack off with a telescope in their backyard could look at the fucking comet and go, "Oh wait, it had a tail. It was on fire." Planets don't fucking do that.
That's why they call dogs comet.
So instead of slamming into the fucking Earth, it missed us and it actually went too close to the sun. It broke into pieces. And the leftover fragments will actually continue to orbit for the next 12,000-ish years.
Cool.
And they're just smaller comets now. It's like that's
Smaller
the thing.
comments.
That's the thing with when you break a breadcrumb up, you just have more breadcrumbs. Did you know that? Same thing with comets. If you break up a comet, you just have more comets.
What the fuck was that?
It's just something I thought. So,
My brain just farted.
Anywho,
so no, nothing's coming to get us. Planet Nibiru was not.
but we don't have to do an episode. Like, what the fuck?
All right, so let me
Hold
before
on
we-
a second.
Okay,
There's
go ahead.
actual
All right.
science here now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here it comes. That's what she said, I guess.
In 2015, Caltech researchers found In 2015, Caltech researchers found mathematical evidence suggesting that there might be another planet within our solar system. This would be past Neptune, which is the 8th planet. And for all of you fuckers watching, the last planet, Pluto is not a planet anymore.
It is a planet.
No, it's not.
Fuck
Wait a minute,
you.
hold on. When did this happen? Nobody informed me. I didn't get an email.
Yo, Dad is pissed. as
What the
hell.
fuck,
He
man?
said-
Pluto
Yo,
is
well,
not
I
a
missed-
planet.
I missed the
Where'd it
memo,
go?
but-
Pluto is a planet.
Wait a minute, wait, hold on. Where did it go?
It's
It's
you know what
still
you know,
there.
it's-
It's
you know what
not-
it is.
here,
They're
but they-
saying it's too small to be a planet.
Correct.
Try to tell that to the dwarves that are people. Tell them that they're not people. All right? We don't sit there and say dwarves aren't people.
I don't know if I'm stunned at that comment or his comment. I'm not sure.
No, they said that Pluto is too small to be a planet. It's a dwarf planet.
It also doesn't behave like a planet.
Behave like a planet.
I knew it was gonna say
What
it.
the fuck does that mean?
I'll explain.
Are there rules?
There are certain
And who
rules.
wrote these
Yes,
rules?
God wrote them rules. He said,
It
"Yo,
do-
you must have X amount of gravity pull. You must revolve X amount of times around the sun."
Pluto doesn't
you are
have.
not that, bro. You are not that. You are a ball of ice. You are a moon. You are more or less a moon.
Are you done?
No. Yeah, I'm done.
Pluto's orbit is different. The way it rotates is different. It's like you can look at all the planets in our solar system, and they all follow the similar kind of orbits and rotations. And then there's Pluto, who's doing its own thing,
Okay, so let me ask you this. Maybe I'm
and it's just too small.
okay. So is Pluto in the
That's what
gravitational
she
pull
said.
of the sun?
Yes,
our
it
sun.
is. Yes, it is.
So okay, so here's how I'm going to look at
But
this.
there's a lot of things that are like you have the entire asteroid belt that is within the gravitational pull of the sun, and some of those asteroids are humongous, but they're not planets.
Are they bigger than Pluto?
They're just about the size of Pluto. They're also well, I have to. I honestly, I do not know. I would have to look that up.
Okay, so
But they would. Some of them are considered dwarf planets.
I don't know about any about all that dwarf
within
shit.
the asteroid belt.
But what my question to you is, you have. I'm going to go on the theory here that what I've been told as a kid, we had 9 planets plus the sun,
Yes,
and we are in the Milky Way galaxy, correct?
right.
that's
Okay. Now,
what you were taught. Yes.
now they're saying, I guess they got tired of having this little thing hanging around, so now somebody came along, and now we're going to it's going to be new and improved now. Now, it acts differently. It's got a different. It spins differently. It doesn't this. It really doesn't follow the rules of the
It
other
likes
planets.
it likes yoga. It likes an incense every other night. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
you
it
know,
doesn't
any-
behave-
any-
it doesn't
excuse me?
behave. It doesn't behave like a
Yeah, it's
regular
gonna sit down, turn on Michael Bolton, and rub itself. Like that's
it's you know what? That to me seems
pour-
absolutely
It's
normal.
gonna pour some red wine and shit, and just dress in a bathrobe.
But I
That's
mean,
exactly what it's gonna be like.
Think
who
about
turned
the-
around and said this?
What?
Yeah, was this like
This was.
Was it just a group of NASA people and just said, "Yeah, we're tired of Pluto."
Anti-NASA people.
No, it had to be NASA.
Wait, hold on a minute. This is coming from a fucking planet that you can buy a star. They'll put it on. You can pay money to some fucking asshole to buy a star and give it as a gift.
You
okay,
can do that, yes.
and that'll be in the National Registry. So
You
we
just
can
insulted
sell
all those
stars that they don't even own.
Well,
They're going to
no,
make money
well,
on
I mean,
it.
You could also
but
buy.
now-
You could also buy land on the moon.
You can do that.
From who?
Yeah, you can buy land on the moon. That's a
You
thing.
can.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what?
Yeah, I think
Time
they're
out.
also starting to sell spots on Mars too.
I'm calling my boss. I'm quitting. Okay, because I've just opened the first real estate agency on Earth that sells moon stuff.
The Pluto is smaller than our moon. If you're gonna sit there and say that Pluto is a planet, then the only reason the moon is not a planet is because it orbits the Earth.
Right.
So would you say that would you say that Pluto would be like the size of like one of Mars's moons?
I don't know.
I look at it this way: you got the sun, and you had 9 children. Now, one of them is acting irrational and not like the rest of the other children. Any parent of multiple children know you're going to have that one fucker that's going to be a prick.
yeah, mom and dad to get rid of Amanda.
Okay, so to me, this is normal. It's to me. I mean, you don't want to classify it as a planet, whatever. It's still there. It's not a moon.
Well, do
of
we
anything. It ain't
classify
going
Amanda as a
anywhere.
human?
Okay, that to me is just crazy.
It is
nuts.
0.2% of the mass of Earth. It's less massive than our fucking moon is. It doesn't behave like a regular planet. So they said, listen.
So what?
So is
hold on.
Is Nibiru bigger than
Okay,
Pluto?
there's 3 things that establish a planet. The gravitational pull must be strong enough that it pulls the object into a spherical shape, which Pluto is.
Check one.
The object must have enough mass to clear its own orbit of debris.
Check two.
And the it must orbit the sun.
And check 3. So, like, what are we saying here?
But it's a dwarf planet. It's part of there's actually
The word dwarf is just a fucking adjective.
Adjective, yes. Now
It's
we
still
got it.
a planet.
Well, that's the case. There's not just one. Then there's a few of them in our solar system. Ceres, Eris. I'm gonna butcher this one. Haumea. There's another one. That's another. They can all be considered.
Is that
dwarf
one's name
planets.
is Make?
It looks like Make, but I don't want to pronounce it as Make.
Mamake?
Mama say Mambasama Makusa.
That's not how you say that. It's
No,
I
I
want
know.
to say. I want to stop.
God.
Anywho,
So no, it's not considered.
it's a fucking planet. And all you people who sit there and deny that Pluto is a planet, you're the same fuckers who sit there and say that flat Earth is real. Fuck you.
All right,
Yeah,
so I got
well,
the num-
I
got the
look at it
numbers
this way.
on
You're going to bring up Nibiru.
Actually,
I mean,
sorry.
it's the same fucking thing.
Sorry. Pluto does not fit all 3 criterias because it doesn't clear its own orbit because its orbit overlaps that of Neptune. So eventually,
How is that Pluto's fault?
hold on, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is it hasn't happened, but it's theoretically possible that Neptune and Pluto could wind up in the same spot in space at the same time and collide with each other. That then does
Well-
not make Pluto a planet.
I have a question.
Well,
And
you know what? If they're going to get rid of Pluto, I want it to go that way because that would be put a show on for us on Earth.
Yo, what if we
Bruh,
like, what if
think
we, like,
about it.
Yo, I'm gonna sell land on Pluto.
There you go.
It's
you know
been
what?
it's been a heated
We're
debate.
going-
hold on.
years.
Wait.
Yo.
My question is, how close has Neptune and Pluto been to each other?
Neptune has crossed paths into Neptune's
They
orbit.
once
What I'm
spoke,
saying,
but
have
now they're
they-
distant relatives?
I have a question, but how close have they?
I don't know. I would have to do
because
some research.
if you're
we
telling
just
me
know
this
that it
right,
does do that.
if that's telling me right, then it could be possible then that Neptune could Pluto could or get caught in Neptune's orbit
I don't know.
And get pulled into
and get pulled into
the
Neptune's orbit, meaning it's going to orbit around Neptune and not the sun. Then
Well, then it's
If
not a
it
planet.
do-
Then it
wait,
becomes a moon.
if that
It's still
doesn't
gonna revolve around
happen,
the sun because Neptune goes around the sun.
well, no, what I'm saying naturally orbit around the sun. Naturally orbit around the sun. But if that doesn't happen and it sits there and
Or it
says
could
it's
just
still
collide with the planet too.
orbit, if it does collide, that means it's strong enough to hold its own orbit. Then
Okay, despite Pluto's orbit appearing to cross that of Neptune's when
I
directly
don't know how we got to
viewed
Pluto.
from above, the two
Third
orbits
base.
do not intersect. When Pluto is close to the Sun and close to Neptune's orbit as a view from above, it is also farthest from Neptune's path.
Pluto stays away from like that step uncle.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe they're not speaking on speaking terms these days. But here's the point. Hey, listen.
A collision is still possible.
Do you guys remember about 35, 40 episodes
I
ago?
thought he was about to say years. I'm about
Oh,
to
like,
say
No. We had the
Like, no,
episode
him.
about the hotel in California.
Yeah.
Okay. So what entrepreneur on whatever the
What?
fuck
Entrepreneur. We're taking all these words out of the Book of Mary Taylor tonight.
Who was the guy in the booth that wanted to start Tent City? Okay, so I'm starting Moon City. We'll intercharge.
No, he already got you on that because he said that previous episodes when we were talking about Space Kentucky. He
Yeah.
wanted to take out Tent City and Space Kentucky.
Fuck. I'm always an hour late.
Anywho,
I play
Back
chess-
to pa-
I play
back
chess.
to
I play chess
Planet
against the computer on the hardest setting.
Nibiru.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
I've
So
been- Check the
Finish.
computer
Okay,
twice.
Anthony's
get
gonna
back.
finish his little thing about Planet Nibiru, and then we're gonna take a short
let me
little
get
break.
back. Let me get back.
Center it.
Okay.
Ooh, woosah.
Okay. They hypothesized that a Neptune-sized planet is orbiting our sun because it's here somewhere.
Here they turn around. It's just fucking Neptune.
Because they've noticed that there's objects in the Kuiper Belt that are following in
Mel?
Kuiper.
Kuiper Belt.
Mel Kuiper. Yes, the big forehead and the glasses.
There is evidence that suggests that there are things in the Kuiper Belt that are clustering and moving as if they're following something in space. Problem is we don't see what that thing is. Basically, the Kuiper Belt is like the asteroid belt but past Pluto in
Right.
the edge of the galaxy, the edge of the solar system, rather. So, scientists are noticing that objects of the belt are moving together clustering together, but they're not finding anything near it with enough gravity to be doing that. So
Right.
the hypothesis comes in that there must be something out there. We just can't see it, or we don't know where to look. That's why they have this idea of Planet X or Planet Nibiru, whatever you want to call it, because they see things doing, acting a certain way, but there's
Right.
no explanation for it. And that's why, that's the whole thing about this. And the Kuiper Belt's full of dwarf planets, as well.
Great.
That's this guy's name.
Kuiper?
I'm looking up the astrophysicist. His name is Benjamin Banneker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I never thought. I thought
Benjamin
he
Button?
had a different name.
Anywho, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back more with space talk. That's what I'm calling it.
Talks about space.
Talks about space. Space talk. We'll be right back.
Did you know there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand in every single beach on the planet? There are also a billion cups, but not like an Is This Real cup that you can get on www.greenarrowmedia.org.
Hello, this is JC3 speaking. If you want to know more about Is This Real podcast and our parent company Green Arrow Media, then visit greenarrowmedia.org. You can find and follow all of our social media pages through our website. If you love our content, then you can support us by subscribing to our YouTube channel and our Patreon page. Remember, that is greenarrowmedia.org.
And we are back with ADHD in a podcast. We really have to make that into an actual podcast
We
now.
have to trademark that.
No, we got not just that. We got to put it on a shirt.
Yeah.
And just like I'm going to get one that says "Stop eating crayons," we got to do the same thing.
Yes. So we're talking about Planet X, Planet Nibiru,
Rogue planets.
rogue planets.
And how Pluto is not a planet.
Pluto is a fucking planet, you scumbag.
Okay,
Damn.
fine. This is directly from Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't give a fuck what he says.
Listen. If you slid Pluto to where Earth is, right now, heat from the sun would evaporate the ice and it would grow a tail. Planets don't do that. So, no, it's not a planet.
It would grow a tail.
Because, yes.
Oh, it would turn into a comet.
Correct.
I don't give a fuck what that guy says. What has he done?
He's the fucking...
Or nothing.
He
He's
does
an astronaut.
astrophysics. He studies this shit.
He's the head
big
of
deal.
the-
He has a TV show.
He's the head of the Hayden
He has-
Planetarium.
He has a podcast.
Yeah, I don't think you gotta.
His podcast is pretty lit too.
He's
should
amazing.
listen
Yeah. Well, again, try to tell those dwarf people that they're not dwarves. That if you put them near the sun, they're gonna evaporate and grow a tail.
Think anybody?
If you put a fucking midget near...
You can't say that word.
Oh, dwarfed is better.
That's the technical term.
And they also use that in, like, Lord of the Rings and Chronicles of Narnia and shit, so it's accepted. Fine. No, fine. You want to play that game? You put a fully grown person, a regular-sized human next to a dwarf human, and you know what's going to happen? You put them too close to the sun, the dwarf is going to burn up faster.
No, that's not how that works.
It's less mass. It's going to burn up faster than the full-size human.
You're about to say regular person.
I wasn't going to say regular person.
You're an asshole.
Dwarves are regular people.
Just like dwarf planets are regular planets also.
They don't behave like regular plants. Not
Neither do
consistent.
dwarf
so-
people.
Enough of this fucking shit. Just enough of this fucking shit.
All right.
What was you saying about that fucking
I-
that planet or something?
I have another planet here, and it actually doesn't have a fucking name. It's just numbers. But
Just like Elon Musk's son?
no, that
Oh.
shut up. Shut up.
Oh,
No, the
X
name
Pi,
of
whatever
this
this thing's
planet
name
is
is.
called KOI, so Koi-4878.01. And apparently, it is the most Earth-like planet that we've discovered.
Where is it?
there's a lot of those that they've said. This one's like what, 23 million light years away or something.
It's actually 3 times the size of Earth, too.
Big Earth, big
Earth.
Earth energy.
Yes, we've gone from the dwarf people, now we're talking about fat people. You know,
What was this place called?
Koi-487801, the one up there.
Okay.
And it was the detection was by Kepler.
It's only 1,000 light years from here, so.
Yeah, 1,000 light years.
It's nothing.
That's all.
Nothing.
You know.
Nothing.
Pack some extra underwear.
Uh,
Just cry
It's
it
a
out.
V-
Just what is it? Just cryogenically freeze me for that.
It's
time.
a
Whatever. I'll be
V
fine.
magnitude 12.4 star in the constellation Draco near the outer edge of the star
Excuse
field
me?
Kepler, monitored during its primary mission.
I swear, I feel like you're talking about reptilians at this point.
Because of its dimness, it's just missed by, being cataloged in the large star surveys of the 19th and 20th century, and because of its minuscule proper motion,
Not minuscule.
it's
Oh.
never got the attention of the astronomers looking for dim stars with high proper motion during the 20th
It
century.
did not set the bar for the astronomers. It said, "Nah, bro, you're
Do you know how fucking far away that is?
1,000 light
okay,
years.
go-
That's 1,000 light years away."
But you like let's put this into like a way that we can understand. We understand what a mile is, right? Because we drive all the time.
Yes.
That is a light year is equivalent to 5.88 trillion miles. That's a light year in distance. I mean, a light year is a unit of distance, but when converted to miles, it is 5.9 trillion miles.
See, that's where.
Now hold on a second. Now multiply that by
1,000.
1,075.
Oh,
That's how far away it is mileage.
this will tell you about the vastness of space, and that's basically relatively small.
Yeah.
I mean, you got stuff that's 300-400 light years away, 1,000.
Yeah, but then you also have to take into consideration that a light year is how fast light travels,
And
and
you-
light travels.
186,000 miles a second.
Right.
Yeah.
So now my question to you is, or not question, but just think if there are alien activity. Are aliens, and I believe there are, and they're visiting Earth. How far advanced are they that they can actually travel those distances, unless there's actual wormholes and stuff like that? Because I mean, how more advanced they are than we are? Because I mean, I can't see man trying to figure this out for another, maybe hundreds of years.
I think hundreds.
You know what
of,
I'm saying? I think it's just
I think
well
hundreds.
beyond
Of,
our
I think
reach.
hundreds of years was probably like even just cutting it real.
Yeah, I
like,
mean,
like
that's just a drop in a
that's,
bucket.
We're talking like a few more thousand years of our own human evolution
And
for
think
us
of
to
the
probably
smart.
even, to get to that point, if we even survive that
see, you
point,
want-
because unless we don't kill ourselves.
I'm
that's
gonna.
what
I'm just.
I
Gonna,
sound like Timmy from South Park.
I'm gonna make you shit your hat right now, boys. You ready for this?
Let me take my
The-
hoodie off. I don't want to shit that.
The galactic horizon, which is how far we can see, is 13.7 billion light years. Right. That is, but that's only if the universe was not expanding. If the universe, that's as far as we far away we can see, is 13.7 billion light years away. Okay.
Okay.
And that's using the James Webb telescope and saying like that planet there is one of the oldest. Sorry, that galaxy is one of the oldest galaxies that was formed, 13 billion. But what that doesn't take into account is that that's the farthest that we can see when the light left that planet or that galaxy.
You're looking into the past.
Which means that after the light left that galaxy, it kept going because the universe is expanding.
Right.
Which means that the cosmic horizon, the edge of the known universe, is not 13.7 billion light years from here.
Oh God.
It's 42 billion light years from here. Wherever that
Excuse
galaxy
me?
is,
Excuse me.
Wherever
did you say B with a B?
correct. Wherever that galaxy is right
with
now
an
in real time is 42 billion light years from us.
That's far.
We
as fuck,
only
boy.
saw it at 13.7 billion light years because that's when the light left that galaxy and started making its way to Earth.
Right.
That, to me, fucks me up.
It does me too, because basically what you're doing is, and there's no time travel. We haven't figured time travel yet.
Mm-hmm.
You are, but you
Well,
are.
I mean, yes,
technically-
it's just one direction right now.
right.
Time travel is just this way, forwards.
You are not. You are literally seeing the past.
Mm-hmm. Think of
Let
it like
that,
this.
Let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, I know it's not the immediate past, but that you are technically viewing.
Well, you're viewing the past that you can't get to.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Right.
you can look at the
Or
moon.
if it even exists, we don't even know. I mean, it could have been, you know,
That planet, that whole
we're only
solar
seeing it
system could
now.
have fucking.
Right.
What if it blows up and we're seeing it? You know. Now, my question also is now.
What if
you mentioned
Godzilla ate it?
expanding universe?
Yeah,
What's on the other side?
we don't know. And Neil deGrasse Tyson says it best.
The answer is classified.
Think of it like this.
I'm just saying.
If
I
we-
I
wasn't
can't
done
speak on
talking about my planet.
well, you're gonna wait a second.
Yeah, fuck your planet.
If you shot an arrow into
was your
outer
planet?
space,
Right.
it's not going to hit a wall, because then you're going to sit there and go, well, what's beyond the wall?
Right.
What's going to happen is if it does hit a wall, you're going to be able to get to the top of that wall, stand on that wall, and fire the arrow again. And the process is going to continue every single time you shoot the arrow. What it comes down to is there's only really two possibilities. Either,
You're trying to get the shape of the universe.
not so much the shape of the universe, either the universe is contained within something and the universe has not expanded to the point of that bubble, at which point we're going to go, what's beyond the bubble? Or
The firmament.
there's fuck your firmament. Or
What? I'm not familiar with that. I hear you guys.
I'll shit on that in a minute.
Okay.
Or the universe folds into itself. Meaning this,
Like a taco?
if I'm standing,
You fat
if
ass.
Joey and I are
He
standing,
said yes. So
no, if Joey and I are standing in the
Both
middle of the
fat.
universe, which by the way, there is no middle of the universe. Every way is the center of the universe.
Fucked up.
But if Joey and I are standing in the middle of the universe and
Stop
we're both
touching me.
immortals, I started walking in one direction. No matter how long it takes me, Joey could stand there and watch me go. Eventually, after eons, billions and billions, trillions of years, if Joey turns
You will
around,
lose a lot of weight just walking at the.
yes, if Joey turns around, he's eventually going to see me coming towards him.
Towards him. Yeah.
That's what I mean when I say the universe is probably like that's a possibility where it's folded in on itself.
You know, that's crazy.
It's a big
That reminds
possibility.
that reminds me of this like video that I saw that kind of like reminded me, of course, of that. It's an animation of this like it was this little girl that was playing with a tech deck and like death approached her, and like pretty much she dodged death, and the only way to like beat death was that she had to like do something better, and she actually like won in a game of tech deck, and she got like immortality and everything like that. Eventually got to the point of just like seeing the planet explode, universe explode, and then she eventually became death itself, and then approached herself in that same situation when she was given the option of what you want to do, which kind of which goes into what you're saying of just like how there is no such thing as like time.
Think of it like Joey's not going to get this shit out. Here's one that kept me up at night for a while, and the answer is
The clown?
No,
2 a.m.
shut up.
2 a.m. We'll explain that.
Anytime something is expanded, it's always expanded within the confines of something else.
Right.
So what is the universe expanding into? What is holding the universe?
Yeah.
The answer is nothing. It does not have to. It doesn't require a bigger space in order to it to expand into that space. It just exists within it and outside of it at the same time.
It sounds like shroom talk right now.
You know, you're right, and it
Yeah, it does.
It actually
it sounds
scares-
like shroom talk
it's-
because if you think about it, the point of it is that there is no point.
I don't know about
but
that.
it's scary. It's
My
so
fucking head
scary,
hurts.
but it's so amazing at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Because
Get back to
you
my
think of the possibilities of what's going on.
Unless you're one of these fucking dickheads on TikTok going, space is fake. Yeah.
But if you're saying space is fake, then you know what? Check yourself into a fucking rehab because you're a fucking idiot. But that's, I mean, they're just so.
No, but you don't know what
It's so amazing.
but you don't know what their excuses are. You go, space is fake, and they're sitting there going, you've just been indoctrinated. Open your mind and do some research, and you'll see that it's all been lied. You've all been lied to, all of you. And that's the thing about science. It's about opening your fucking mind, dickheads.
Tell them to pass it. Pass it or
It's
sit
about sitting there and asking questions.
First of all,
and figuring. It's not about closing your
you're
mind
not
and going,
gonna hold on.
that's it.
You're not gonna blame that on the people who smoke weed because people who smoke weed believe in space.
That's true.
I'm right here.
Exactly. You can't
I've
blame
seen
it.
it. I've seen space for
He's
myself.
seen it. He's
Like
been
I
it.
said
I've
in the-
seen it for myself.
Like I said, in
It's been so high
I've
one.
Yo, take my word for it. I've been there. It's very real.
like I said,
He was that high.
like I said, if you're somebody,
of body experience.
if you're someone who denies science because you've been lied to, and if you do the alternative research, you're gonna find the real facts. I will fuck with that person all day. If there's somebody who's going, I don't believe in space because of a religious reason, I will.
You can't fuck with that.
I back off of those people because I'm not going to convince them anyway. And to be honest with you, I don't feel it's my place to convince them and shit on their religion. Even though I know it's wrong, I'm still going to fuck it. You enjoy your magic book. I'm going to go over here and live in the real world.
Can I get back
Well,
to
see,
my...
that's where I was trying to get before. When you have a topic such as, I mean, I know we got way off topic in this Nibiru, but when you talk about space and the vastness of space and where it goes and where it doesn't go and whatever, it's somehow to me always going to be brought back into a religion conversation.
Of course.
because,
No, we're not going into this. We're not going into the religious conversation.
Why not?
Shut the fuck up, and you shut the fuck up.
Why?
This is not happening on this
we almost got it, man.
episode, all right?
Almost got it.
It's not happening. Back to Planet Koi.
What?
Joe, you know,
Planet
what,
corn?
you know what the Pope says about the universe,
Anthony, shut the fuck up, all right?
What is the Pope?
I
say?
am not getting into this. You shut the fuck up too, all right? You're not immune to getting the shut the fuck up either. I have the. You want to talk about God? I have the power to shut all your mics off, all right?
Fuck.
All right. Anywho, back to Planet Koi. Now
Very shy.
it has shut up. Apparently, it has almost 3 times the mass of Earth.
Okay.
You know what? Fine.
Oh, he shut
No,
himself
come
off.
on, don't hurt his feelings.
No. He shut himself off. I've never seen a podcast host commit suicide mid-podcast, mid-episode. Come on. I want to hear all about
Stop it,
Planet
goofball.
Koi fish.
No,
Come on.
so apparently it has the surface temperature regular of Earth. Earth also is around 65 Fahrenheit.
All right.
So it has it's 0.05 larger radius than Earth does.
Mm-hmm.
So it says it has a 98% compatibility of Earth.
And this is 1,000.
1,000 light years.
Yeah,
away.
yeah, almost
a little bit over
1,100. Yeah, almost 1,100 light years away.
I don't know what it's not. It doesn't say what. Wait, the star.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how far is it from its closest star?
I'm guessing.
I mean, obviously, close enough where it's a breezy 68 degrees all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like it has to. Be.
That whole planet is California.
No, California's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, you're right. It's like 72 or something.
It's like South Carolina all year round.
Oh, there you go.
That orbits the F-type main sequence. Oh, okay. So the star is called Koi. The Koi.
Okay.
Koi-4878.
Okay.
That's the star itself. Is apparently it's in the same type of distance that Earth is.
Okay.
So it's in basically the same type of, but it has 449 days instead of 356.
All right, so it's a little bit longer, the orbital period.
Yeah, the orbital period. So it's a little bit bigger.
The star is actually a little bit less massive than our sun, but it's 5% larger. So it's a little bit bigger, but it doesn't have as much compacted into it.
Yeah. So
And
it's crazy though. Like to think that there's something that's that close to Earth.
now
you
here's
know?
the thing that's gonna fuck me up though.
Everything in space fucks you up.
It does. It's located within a habitable zone of its star. If it's like Earth, hold on real quick. Is there water on this planet?
Look at the picture. Tell me.
It looks like there is. yeah.
That's an artist's impression.
Oh.
Is there? You have to Google it. Because if there is water on this planet, and it's within that habitable zone, and if there's water, that means there's oxygen. What's living on that planet?
They do say that it does have ice caps.
Okay. My question is like,
If it has ice caps, then it has water.
not necessarily. I mean, you have dry ice, and there's no water in that. That's CO2. So it's not. It's you don't. It's still ice technically, but it's a different form of ice that doesn't have any oxygen in it. And there's planets that have that. My point is, if this is just like Earth and it's habitable, and it has water, then there's no reason why this planet shouldn't have life on it in some form, just like life here on Earth.
You know what the life is going to be? It's just going to be the fucking Avatar system.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Just saying. It looks like it.
Imagine we just go there and it's just like us in a primitive form.
The better versions of us.
And then we come, and then just
Excuse
like
me?
fucking shut up.
Anywho.
And then teach and then teach the primitive selves to be advanced and you know, and that's our human history.
I guess.
Okay, you see, you're smoking too much now.
What do you mean? That was some good shit right there.
Anywho.
that was a good little thought.
But it is crazy to think that something could be that compatible.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he's right, though. I mean, if you think about it, if it has a 98% compatibility of Earth, then
How the fuck do they know that from looking at it so far away?
they study. And this is how you know what a star is made out of, just by looking at pictures. Not pictures, but like studying it through different means. You can look at a star and see what kind of light it's giving off, and determine what it is made of that way. That's one way of doing it. It's a very rudimentary way, but think of it like this. You can light a fire in a campsite. Depending on what element you throw into the fire, it'll burn green, it'll burn orange, it'll burn blue, it'll burn whatever. So it's the same idea there. If there's an abundance of an element that is on a star and it is burning, then you're going to get a certain color. That's why you can look at a star and go, well, that's really blue. It can also designate heat as well. Like a blue star is typically hotter.
Yeah, because I thought the colors of the stars was just like an indication of how hot it is. Because I know that, like, I think a white star is like the hottest fucking thing out there or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's different ways of identifying it, but I do know that when there's an abundance of an element, it glows a certain way, and you can determine stuff. You can determine things about.
That sounds very important.
You can determine things about the star based on the color it's glowing.
Very Viking talk.
Yes.
Did you go through the thing?
But yeah, so
but
there are a couple planets. There are other planets like this, but I don't think they have the highest compatibility as this planet.
Well, you also have to figure: is there an atmosphere, right? Like, is there an atmosphere? Because if there's not, then it doesn't matter. We can't fucking hold up shop there. And it's 98%, which is a great number, but that 2% might be the thing that fucks us up. You know what I mean?
Like fucks it up, or it could just like
make it better.
We share 99% of our DNA with chimps. That don't make us fucking monkeys.
Right,
so
that's where we take our break now.
No, but I'm being serious. Like, you can have 99% of something be identical. That 1% though is what makes us different than chimpanzees. So if this planet is 98% the same as Earth, structurally, that 2% might be the thing that's, I mean, other than distance, might be the 2% that keeps us from being on that planet and making it home.
That's what it is. The entire planet has evolved to breathe around poisonous gases.
It's possible.
The whole planet is filled of life, and all of that is through poisonous gases.
Wes, you bring something up before we go to break. Fuck you, Joe. You bring something. If the universe is truly infinite, and it is expanding constantly, that means that there is an infinite number of planets in the universe. And if there's an infinite number of planets within the universe, then there are planets that do exactly what you say. And one step further, there could very well be a planet filled with organisms that breathe off of that poisonous gas and live off of that poisonous gas the same way we live off of oxygen here on Earth.
Yes.
That's why I believe in multi-universes.
You don't need multi-universes when everything is within the one universe if it's infinite.
What if when you dream and you see it vividly, that's just the version of you in that infinite time loop just seeing a glimpse of what's happening.
Besides the
Wes, I want to smoke with you so bad, but I'm driving.
besides the skipping of the wording, I agree exactly what he says. Anywho, we're gonna take a short little break. We'll be back to close this episode off. Thank God. We'll be right back.
It's hot. It's hot. Mama. Oh, Roblox-san, I have crawled many distances for your life advice and your inner wisdom. What do you have to tell me? When Great Roblox-san gives you life advice, that's a hard pill to swallow. You can sometimes wash that down with an Is This Real coffee mug that you can get on www.greenarrowmedia.org.
If you liked this video today, please click the like and subscribe button and make sure to hit the notification icon to keep up with all our videos.
And we're back.
And the Pope wants to say something about his
Jesus
space.
fucking Christ.
You know, all things are possible through God.
That's right. Amen. Shalom.
And space is a possible... I'm not even... I'm done. After you can't whip out a shalom on me, motherfucker. I gotta be ready for a shalom.
That was the shortest papal speech in history. Holy Christ.
Yeah. Anyway.
We're not talking about religion. We did our religion bit.
Actually,
all right?
hold on.
Motherfucker, man!
Dad, you brought something up earlier in the episode that I had to address because I promised I'd address it to you.
God forbid that he just lets things go.
You hush your mouth. The Pope is speaking now. You stay over there, choir boy.
The Pope is speaking? Is he?
Yeah. Turn the mic up. So, Dad, you mentioned the firmament before.
Yes, I don't know what that is, and I want someone to explain that.
Why this episode?
Give me the Reader's Digest version.
In the Bible, the firmament was a barrier that hung...
It's a dome around the earth, and on the other side is the waters of heaven. That's all you had to fucking say.
He's right.
And people believe that the sun and the fucking moon are painted on like Leonardo fucking da Vinci.
No. They think because there's a dome, that's what the firmament is. It's a dome. We've never been to outer space. The sun and the moon are actually local. The dome...
Inside the dome.
Inside the dome. They kind of... The earth is flat, and they spin above our heads like a... What do you call it, like a mobile, like in a baby's crib?
Yeah.
And that's what it really is.
So what do they cite for proof?
Oh, nothing. That no. Here's the thing. You know,
See, apparently there's some videos.
the Pope is like
hold on.
confused.
There's videos of when we shoot rockets up, and they blow up. You know, we've had the Challenger. God rest those people's souls. That's what blew it up. They hit the top of the fucking dome.
No, that's not what they're not saying. That what they're saying is,
It was a bad seal.
yeah. No, they kept going. Like
it bounces off. You know what I mean?
yeah, they went and landed somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic. No, they're dead. They didn't do that. No, they're saying that rockets, and it is trippy when you watch it. That rockets, when they reach a certain altitude, look like there's a splash in the sky. It looks, but that's because they're hitting the atmosphere at such an angle.
Exactly.
And it's tearing not holes in the atmosphere, but there's different heat signatures.
Right.
And you're clashing heat against the coldness of space, and it looks like it. But they go, no, it doesn't look like it. It is. That's why the rockets don't go there. It's crashing up
All right.
against the firmament and then crashes back down
Oh, no.
to Earth.
So I took my mic because we're going to start talking. We're going to start shitting on TikTok people. There's been a video that our TikTok has been tagged in a lot. And they're saying, this is proof of flat Earth. And this is just a preview of what we're going to be talking about in the flat Earth episode because we're almost done with this episode. Hold on. Before we get into this, does anybody believe in Planet Nibiru?
Going back to that subject, no.
Hold on. I think there is
Negative.
I think there's something out there that I'm not saying there is a planet, but I definitely think because of what's happening in the Kuiper Belt, you have these things that are orbiting something or behaving a certain way. Something has to be doing that. They need to figure that out. So that is real. But as far as it being a mystery planet, I can't say that I believe in that. No.
I don't believe it either. Now, getting back to this fucking video that these people
That was the quick. That was so
sitting
quick.
here and they sit there and they tag us in this video. It's somebody, they put a fucking GoPro on a balloon and then let the balloon go into fucking space. But what these jackasses don't realize is that balloon stops at a certain point because the fucking balloon can't go past a certain point in the atmosphere. That's what balloons do.
No, I'm going to play devil's advocate. That's not the reason why that happens. The reason why that happens is because the balloon then, the atmosphere that it's traveling in becomes greater on the balloon, and the balloon then shrinks.
That's my point. It doesn't move past a certain point in the
Well, let me ask you
atmosphere.
now,
Hold on,
go
I'm not
on,
done.
go on.
And at that point in the atmosphere, you're not looking. They're looking at. Look, it looks flat in the horizon. Look at it. You're not looking at the entire fucking Earth. You're not. You're looking at us maybe 200, 300 miles tops.
Yeah, that's about right. 330 miles, depending.
Exactly. You're not looking at the entire fucking Earth. They're like, there's no curvature. Fuck you, there is.
You have to get even higher to see the curvature. Under the best conditions, the absolute best conditions, you can see the curvature of the Earth at about 36,000 feet. But that is under the absolute best
I swear
conditions,
to fucking Christ.
which is
if
very
anybody
rare.
tags us in that video again, I'm going to shit all over that person. All right?
I can tell you this much.
What? What are you going to tell me?
Okay, first of all, don't start with me, Tubby, because I swear to God, you and I
We
will
haven't
brawl.
had this in a while.
Okay?
What? Yeah, how
He
are you
hasn't
going to
called
sit
you.
here and
I'm
play
not-
He hasn't
devil's
called you
advocate?
Tubby in a minute. I haven't
Yeah.
heard that.
I'm not going to disagree with
Just
you.
easy two-ton testing.
But-
We can get through this.
Shut the fuck up before I take your hat away.
But I can see the curvature in
Can
the
you?
Earth standing on the fucking beach.
No, you can't.
And
you
I know
can't.
that
No,
I
you
can.
can't.
Yes, you
No,
can.
no,
If
you
you
can't.
look to the left and you look to the right, you can literally see
No.
how it
Dad.
goes. I can.
No,
No.
you can't.
That's not what we mean.
I
by
love
curvature.
you so much, and I love that you. No,
That's
you can't.
horizon. Yes.
That's the horizon. That's not
That's not
curvature.
But it's
curvature.
but it's curved. It's curved.
It's not curved.
No, you're
It's not.
you're
Well, then
seeing.
my fucking eyes have been playing tricks.
No,
on me
you're
for
not
62
seeing.
years.
You're seeing the horizon, and when, like, if you see looking at through the ocean, you're looking at a boat going straight out to the water. You do see the bottom go away, and then you see the until the top goes over the horizon.
That
I've
you
never
can
seen
see.
that.
You can see that,
It
Well,
wouldn't
yeah, I
be-
would imagine you should be able to
Yeah,
see
but
that.
but
as
you don't
far
see the
as-
curvature. It
you
just
can't.
looks flat.
I'm not talking about seeing. What I'm saying is, maybe it's an optical illusion, but
It's
if
an
you
optical
stand
illusion.
on, say you stand on the deck at Island Beach Island Beach
Mm-hmm.
Motor Lodge, and you look to the left and to the right, it literally looks like it's round. It does. I mean, I'm sorry. That's
It's
to
an
me-
optical. First of all, it's an optical.
Maybe
illusion.
you have fisheye lens in your eyeballs.
First of all, when you're looking to the left and you're looking, here we go.
Now I'm trying to be nice.
Dad,
I asked the
I'm
question.
just
But
saying.
if you're gonna make fun of me, waistline,
I'm
I'm
not.
a fucking hit. No,
Damn,
come on.
waistline.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm saying maybe
Right?
you do have fisheye lens. All I'm saying is nobody sees with their eye on flat land because it is flat land.
Well, we also see in two-dimensional too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well then,
No, we
fucking
know it's like-
excuse
We
me.
see in three dimensions.
Boy.
I do see in 3D.
Hold on a second. As far no,
Yeah.
when you're standing at the beach,
Yeah, we know.
Dad,
we
you're
draw,
looking
we draw
left.
In 2D. We draw in 2D.
You're not seeing the curve. You can't see the curve. You're down. You're at sea level. But also, when you're looking to the left, it's obscured by the pier that's sticking out into the ocean, because where the point of termination is, where the ocean meets the land again, the pier's kind of in its way, so you can't see it that way. And if you look to the right, you're just going to see as far to the point where the sky, the ocean, and the beach meet in a single point. But that doesn't mean it's curved. It's flat.
All right, right. Well, to me, it looked curved. All right. If I'm wrong, I'm
Neither
fucking
who.
wrong.
It's
my
not,
my
it's flat.
point still stands.
Boy.
It
Don't
looks
tag
flat.
us, and I please put this up on TikTok. Don't tag us in that video anymore, because your video's false. It's wrong.
All their videos are false.
Wrong.
I've been at this.
Wrong.
I've been going back and
I
forth.
guess we're at war with the.
Flat Earthers, yeah.
Oh, it's a full-on war.
This is just a preview of what's coming on the 20th.
Y'all like Kanye West declaring war.
No!
It's a preview, believe
I'm
me.
coming in war paint that day.
I'm gonna sit back and just watch because seems like you two guys have been.
Remember,
at
that's
war
our
together.
100th episode, too.
Yeah, it's a special
So-
episode. It's going to be a 2-hour long episode.
Hopefully.
It's everything they've posted has been disproven. And when they get to the point when you have them and like, okay, now are you going to admit that they just go, that's interesting, we'll have to do the experiment again. And it's like, how many fucking times are you going to do the experiment
Until they're
before
right.
you
First
just
of all, they're
give
not doing
up?
the experiment. They're looking at some jackass who did the experiment, who wrote a fucking book to make money, and these dumbasses are feeding into it.
They bought a $25,000 gyroscope.
Keep on buying the fucking balloons.
They bought a $20,000 gyroscope.
Asshole.
And what that does is it shows that the Earth is rotating at 15 degrees an hour.
Right.
And they put it on the table, and they're like, "Oh wow, it's showing that it's rotating." I'm like, "That's not right." So they built this cage, this tube for it. They forget what it was made of, but it was supposed to be like it's completely sealed in there. It can't. Nothing can penetrate it. No radio waves, no signal, no magnetics, nothing.
Right.
That way,
Shut the fuck up, Eric.
that way, when we open it up, it's not going to be able to show that it's went 15 degrees in the hour. So they let it sit there, and they open it up a few hours later, and like, it's spot on. And the guy went, "We'll have to redo this experiment a different way."
See, what pisses me off most, and I think this is where we'll end it.
Please.
What pisses me off most is they'll sit there and say that the Earth is flat. They don't believe the Earth is round. That the Earth is flat. It's not round. Whatever the fuck we want to call it, because I saw that on TikTok. The
I
other
call
day,
it
too.
Pizza Pie Land. That's what they
Anywho,
think it is.
They want to sit there and they want to say it's flat. It's flat this. It's flat that. But when the people who do realize or want to believe in a space and they don't think it's a firmament or anything like that, they'll sit there and think that Mars is round.
Well, no, some of them. See, that's the thing. Flat Earthers can't
Earth
agree.
is flat, but Mars is round.
Flat Earthers cannot agree.
Fucking jackasses.
Flat Earthers cannot agree with their own shit. You're going to have different people from different cultures, from different parts of the planet, all study flat Earth theory and disprove it. You can have different people from different parts of the world all study different ways to prove that the Earth is round, and they'll all come to the same conclusion that the Earth is indeed round because it is. Right. It's been proven round. These fucking morons who are flat Earthers, they sit there and some of them believe that there's a firmament and that the stars are kind of light objects that are just like attached to the firmament, that they're not real. You have other people who think that the Pizza Pie Land is infinite and that you have to go beyond the ice wall to find more lands beyond the ice wall. My point is, there are people in this fucking belief system that they can't agree with each other.
Yeah,
But you're looking from the other way where it's proven fact and everyone agrees because you can prove it 9 different ways. You motherfuckers have no way of proving it, and you disagree with how it's even set up.
Fuck off.
Shut the fuck up. You can't prove shit.
I got a question. Are we now on this 100th episode with this flat Earth shit? Are we going to give equal time to anybody who wants to come on?
No, fuck them.
No, fuck them.
This is a dictatorship.
Yeah,
this
I
is
mean,
our
you're
say.
not allowing
and
to-
fuck all
No,
that.
Here's why.
They have their time by talking their shit on TikTok. They have their fucking time.
Hold on.
So are you going to play those videos?
No, hold on a second. I've already thought about this. And then,
Blow me.
Hold on. To the flat earthers of TikTok. No, we're not inviting any of you dumb motherfuckers to come on. It's not because you're afraid. You're afraid because you're going to get stopped. No. It's not it. I've already structured this in my head of how this is going down. Okay?
Don't touch me.
I'm coming armed with their arguments. I want to show up for our 100th episode with not all, because it's impossible to have all, because there's so many. I want to come armed with as many flat earth reasons as possible. And I'm just going to sit here and go, flat earth reason number 11. and I'm going to read it out loud and try to show you how, hey, it makes sense if you have your head up your ass. And then I'm going to turn around and say, this is what actually, this is the truth. Because this is how you prove it scientifically. And that's what I want to do. Everything I do, every reason, I would like to find a way to back it up scientifically. Because you can't argue with fucking science.
That's the problem. They will.
No, they're not arguing with science. They're arguing with their beliefs.
Right.
They're arguing. One motherfucker said, I trust my eyes. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That is
You
the
know how
worst
much-
thing to trust.
You know what's crazy? Yo,
You trusted your eyes, and I'm sitting there telling you that you can't see the fucking
you
curve.
could trust your eyes and think to yourself, yo, that's level, that's real level, and then you put a level on it, and that shit is off, and you're just like, damn, bro, it looked level to my eyes.
It's like, I know it is. I trust my senses. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Some Superman that your senses are never wrong? It's arrogant. It's arrogant to think that the earth is flat because they can't see a curve. You're not high enough, motherfuckers, to see a curve. And the cherry on top is it doesn't matter. In about 10 years, none of this flat earth shit is going to be here. It's going to go away.
Because the world's going to blow up.
No.
Please let me fucking
No.
win.
The reason why I'm saying in about 10 years none of this flat earth shit's going to matter is because they're already putting things in place where you can, it's already sold out. You can buy a seat on a spacecraft. It's a 2-hour flight, 2-hour rise into the atmosphere.
I'm good.
And you can see the curvature of the earth with your own eyes. And then it's another 2-hour flight to come back to Earth. It's already sold out. It's launching next year. I think the thing is called the Neptune capsule. And it's a part of a bigger, whatever the company's doing it.
Not that I don't want to see it. I'm terrified.
It
of
is
heights.
a 2-hour up, 2-hour down, from what I read.
If I
Could be an hour up, an hour down, because to be honest, space is only an hour above your head. It's 60 miles above your head. Like if you were taking in a car and drive a road vertically, it would only take you an hour to reach space.
well, if that thing was going 60 miles an hour,
Yeah. If you were going 60 miles an hour, you would only take an hour to reach space.
and if it was going a mile an
So
hour,
maybe,
it'd take you 60
it's
hours.
so maybe it's a 2-hour trip complete. So it's an hour to get there, and you're strapped in a capsule, and it's like a big round room.
Nope.
With windows, and you can 360 see everything around you,
That's like
and
that.
then it descends back to
It's
Earth.
a carousel of
You
progress.
remember that guy that did that from? He went up in space a single.
I don't know. I can't hear
You're
you.
talking about Felix Baumgartner?
Yeah, and then he decided to like jump out with the
that
parachute.
motherfucker jumped.
Yeah, he was out. I don't know, a couple miles above Earth or whatever.
Yeah, he still wasn't high enough to see the curvature, though. I mean, again, the best conditions you could, but in his thing, all the videos that he used, they were all using fisheye lens to get the best picture because he's in a small space.
Well, he scared the fuck out of me. I can
So
tell you that
he
much.
still jumped, but that was very, very small comparing, comparative to how far he is above the Earth.
Okay.
Like, it's still, like, not that far from Earth, even though it looks very, very far from Earth. He wasn't up that high. He wasn't technically in space as we understand space to be.
Fuck that still.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he
fuck
could
all
never
that
have gotten
noise.
Nope.
Through our atmosphere, he would have burned up coming in. It would
Correct.
Not-
you have to go all the
is
way
not-
through all the atmospheres to
it's not
be
happening.
in outer space. But that's where, like I said, you're gonna an hour up, an hour down to see the curvature of the Earth, and that's what I'm saying. You're gonna have thousands of people do that. It's expensive. It's $10,000 a seat for a 2-hour trip.
I hope all you flat earthers get it. I'll pay for your ticket.
It's like shut
Not
the
now.
fuck up.
Not now.
We're trying to make money on the fucking podcast. Now you're
Not
buying
now.
space tickets.
No. You know why? Because I
I'm
want
trying
to
to
see.
land on Pluto, by the way. Anybody's interested? Hit me the fuck up. I gotta pee.
Okay. Anywho, we're gonna end this episode now that Wes
Just
is
fucking
gone.
end it.
We're gonna take a ending. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna end this episode now. Next week, what do we have next week?
It's a good question.
We're gonna search up real quick what we're having next week.
I
I
thi-
know. Look, it's gonna be our 99th episode, and then we have a 100th episode.
Isn't it something about lost?
It has something to do with ocean.
Submarines or something like that.
Next week's
yeah.
episode,
No.
no, is underwater structures.
Underwater structures, mysterious underwater
That's gonna
structures.
be interesting.
Cuba's
Hopefully.
underwater city, the Baltic,
Cuba.
Baltic Sea anomaly, the Unagani monument. There's a lot of things.
So what do we got? About another 6 episodes to this season?
No,
No.
let's finish
3.
off. We have Planet Nibiru, which is tonight, dropping soon. Then we have Underwater Structures.
Next week.
Then we're gonna face fuck the Flat Earthers. Then we have the Lost Subs of '68, and then we're ending our season dropping December 4th with the Prison Planet Theory.
And then you won't have any new episodes until the new year.
Correct.
We might have a holiday special episode. I don't know. We're
Maybe a
thinking.
message from the Pope.
Maybe a message from the Pope.
Yeah, there'll be definitely content going up. You can't wait.
Yeah,
that
no,
long.
there'll be content. Like we'll probably want to do a holiday music video. But
And we'll be announcing season 8 very soon.
yes, season 8 will be announced very, very, very soon.
All the Japanese shawty hit my line.
Anywho, say goodnight, everybody. As we
Oyatsumi minasan.
Good night, everyone. It was an interesting topic.
Adios, motherfuckers.
good night,
Good night,
guys.
Joey. Good night, Anthony. Good
I will
night,
see
Pope.
you guys.
Good night,
Good
John
night,
Boy.
West.
I will see you guys. We'll see you guys next
Oyatsumi.
week. Remember, question everything and fuck you, flat earthers. Good night.
Konnichiwa, bitches. It's Ryu West speaking. If you want to find out more about the Is This Real podcast, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/isthisrealpc or on Twitter at isthisrealpc or on Instagram at isthisrealpodcast, all one word.